And now to sing the United States National Anthem, we welcome a PMC cyclist and cancer survivor who just had surgery, radiation, and chemotherapy to treat stage 4 throat cancer this past year. Please welcome Denise Desimone.
Well, my name is Denise Desimone, and I am a cancer survivor, and I actually like to refer to myself as a cancer thriver. In 2005, I was a very busy woman with a full-time job in the high-tech industry, and I was training to ride my bicycle 90 miles in one day to raise money for the Pan Mass Challenge. And I wasn't feeling well, and although I kept asking my doctor what was wrong with me, he said nothing, and I was so busy I wanted to believe him. So after I did the ride, I was diagnosed 2 days after the ride with stage 4 throat and neck cancer, squamous cell carcinoma, and the trajectory of my life took a whole new tack. I would say that cancer did not define me, it redesigned me. It definitely redesigned my life, and what I asked for Spirit to do is if I was to die, I would die, but if I went through all of what they told me was very rigorous, you know, I was fed through a tube for 9 months and I couldn't drink water, I couldn't sing, I couldn't talk, that if I went through that, to please allow me to use my life in a way that helped people. While I was going through my treatment, I kind of viewed my cancer as the schoolyard bully. And I wanted to make friends with it and ask, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? What do we need to do together? And so I befriended, and my message is befriend, don't battle cancer, and befriend, don't battle anything. You know, where there's a battle, there's a war, and war against war is war, and I believe we've had enough of that, and cancer's at an epidemic high. So obviously we need a paradigm shift, and my mission is to usher in a paradigm shift around how we can embrace cancer and learn from it, as opposed to battling it and trying to fight something that is potentially already pretty angry. One thing they told me that I may never be able to do again, because it was stage 4 throat and neck cancer, would be to sing. And 22 months after I was diagnosed, I stood at home plate at Fenway Park and sang the National Anthem to a sellout crowd of Boston Red Sox fans, and it was part of the Pan Mass Challenge. The Red Sox are the presenting sponsor for the PMC, and when I was well enough, after I did the 2005 ride, you know, it was pretty much a nightmare. And then after about 18 months, I started to feel better, and although my doctors warned me that it would be too soon to start training, I'm pretty much a person that makes up her own mind, and I said, I'm well enough to do this, and I started to do it. And when the PMC got my story, they decided that I would be a great poster child, and so I was asked to sing the National Anthem.
Oh, say, can you see?
The whole thing about singing at Fenway Park was just the culmination of how can you go from that to that, and you know, I could never have figured out how to do that. That was divinely designed and aligned way beyond anything I could ever think about how to do. And that day was the beginning of my working with people and cancer patients, and so now I travel the country and I do a lot of public speaking and I teach workshops, and I go out and I share with people at churches and cancer groups and corporate events how to live a life that is meaningful, that you actually live your life, live your truth, not someone else's, and love with an open heart all the best you can, and do something that you know that your life makes a difference and matters. It is very scary when someone tells you you have cancer, because the first thing you think is, I'm dead. No matter what it is, okay, I'm dead. And most people don't want to die. And so the book is, it's an invitation for them to learn the lessons and learn to look underneath, you know, what is this about? And healing doesn't mean living. Healing means processing and getting all of the cobwebs and everything that's stuck in the crevices cleaned out and cleared, so whether you have a day or a week or a month or a year or several years, live that time to the fullest.